Hello everyone, this is Dr. Simantini Sakhardande, practicing dermatologist, and today we are going to discuss about pattern hair loss, that is the male pattern and the female pattern hair loss, also known as androgenetic alopecia, that is the baldness that you see in the male. So it's more commonly seen in the men as compared to the females. Now this is the second video on the series of hair fall. In the first video, we talked about the most common cause of hair fall, which is telogen effluent. What are the causes and how you can treat it? In today's video, we will discuss in detail about this hereditary or the pattern hair loss. So it is a gradual progressive thinning of the hair that is seen in males as well as females. And this happens over a period of months to years. So sometimes it may begin even in the after puberty, or in the early 20s or 30s, and the peak effect starts after 40 or 50 years of age. It is seen in almost 50% of men. So women are less commonly affected. So what is this pattern hair loss? Now in males, the pattern is very characteristic. Okay, so you get what is called as a frontal recession of the hairline. So from both the sides in the frontal, the hairline starts receding back. Or you get a bitemporal, that is from the sides the hairline starts receding, and then the baldness patch starts becoming wider and wider. So what happens is the hair in behind, which is the occipital region, tends to retain, while you start losing the hair from the temporal area or from the frontal region. In case of female, this pattern is not seen. But what you get, and that is very common, is the central parting starts becoming wide. So this is the earliest and the most prominent sign that is seen. Okay, so the central parting starts becoming wider, and the crown, there is thinning of the hair from this crown region. In some females, you do see thinning of the bitemporal region. So what happens is the scalp tends to become more visible and the hair starts becoming thinner and sparsed out. But the most prominent thing is the frontal hairline is always retained in the females. Okay, so these are the two very important patterns that you see in the female. Before we look into the causes of this pattern hair loss, I briefly want to recollect the stages of hair cycle. So I've done a detailed video explaining what are the different stages of hair cycle in my previous video. So I'll provide the link in the description box. So what happens here, the growth phase of the hair starts becoming smaller, whereas the telogen phase, which is supposed to be 3 months, starts becoming longer. So the hair is mostly in the resting phase than in the growing phase. The second important characteristic is hair follicle starts becoming smaller and smaller. So many patients notice that the diameter of their hair starts becoming smaller. That is, initially they had a thick hair or they used to tie a ponytail, then suddenly they start noticing the ponytail becoming smaller or hair starts becoming very thin. So this is what happens when there is a miniaturization of the hair. Okay, so the hair diameter starts becoming smaller and smaller. Now why do you get pattern hair loss? Okay, it's very difficult to pinpoint to one particular factor and say that this is the cause of androgenetic alopecia, because it is multifactorial. To be very specific, the exact etiology is still not known. But there are a lot of factors that are implicated. The first and the very important is the genetic factors. That is, those patients who have this thinning of hair, the pattern hair loss, tend to have parents or their grandparents or first degree relatives with a history of the androgenetic alopecia. The second is hormones. Hormones are implicated. For example, so this increased androgens such as testosterone, dihydroxytestosterone are believed to have a role in androgenetic alopecia. Second is the low estrogen, because estrogen is believed to have stimulatory effect, and it's a decreased estrogen that is believed to cause the pattern hair loss. That's why in females you see this female pattern hair loss after they attain their menopause. So postmenopausal women mostly notice this pattern hair loss. So these were the hormonal causes of hair loss. So once you consult with a doctor, it is better to differentiate the pattern hair loss from the other causes that mimic this kind of hair loss. The very common one is the chronic telogen effluent. Okay, the one which I have discussed in my previous video. So you have to rule out if there are any triggering factors like deficiencies in the nutrition or vitamin deficiencies or any other illnesses, surgeries, medications that could be giving rise to this kind of hair loss. Sometimes the chronic telogen effluvium can coexist with the pattern hair loss. So if there is any other deficiency like iron deficiency or any vitamin deficiency, then it is better to correct it, as there will be a better response to the treatment. Now, hormonal evaluation is generally not done unless other signs of hormonal abnormalities are present. For example, adult acne, irregular menses, unwanted hair growth, or acanthosis nigricans, which is the darkening of the area around the neck, axilla, or the groins. Now, coming to the treatment of pattern hair loss. Now, the treatment of pattern hair loss is a stepwise approach. So, it depends upon the what stage of hair loss you are in. The treatment generally goes for a longer duration as compared to the telogen effluvium. But it's important to have a good hair care routine. I have explained in my previous video some of the basic steps that you need to do in order to keep your hair loss to minimum. For example, you cannot use hot showers on your head. Avoid over shampooing of your hair. At the same time, you need to keep your scalp clean. So regular washing of the scalp is also necessary. Avoid any hot tools such as ironing, straightening, or blow drying. Even you can postpone coloring or dyeing of your hair if you are experiencing very severe and active hair loss. Now, giving nutritional supplements per se in case of androgenetic or the pattern hair loss is very controversial, where some patients have benefited from receiving nutritional supplements and others have not. So it depends on each patient, and it is up to your physician to decide which patient to be started on the nutritional supplement. Now coming to the treatment pattern. So generally the first line of treatment is minoxidil. Now minoxidil is available in the strength of 2, 5 or 10%. It is better to start minoxidil under the doctor's guidance, because the doctor can then adjust or titrate your dose or duration of treatment as per your response. Now when you start minoxidil, it doesn't show effect for at least 4 to 6 weeks. In fact, there are many patients who lose more hair when they start using minoxidil, and that is because the hair which are already in the telogen phase start falling off. Okay, so you need to use it for at least 2 or 3 months to notice some improvement in the hair fall. Now the treatment duration will vary depending on each patient, but generally it is given for a very long time. But you please don't get worried if you notice any hair on your forehead or on the side lock after starting minoxidil treatment, because this is a reversible side effect and it will subside once you discontinue the treatment. There are also many patients complaining of irritation or drying or excessive flaking or severe itching sensation in their scalp following minoxidil use, and this is because of the propylene glycol in which the minoxidil is prepared. So you need to request your doctor to change the formulation in case you notice such side effects. Now coming next is to the hormonal treatment. So there are a lot of medications which are prescribed in those with pattern hair loss. Now if you have underlying androgen excess or any signs of increased androgen levels, then the doctor would prescribe certain pills which will try to control these hormones. So these such as flutamide, cyproterone acetate, spironolactone. Okay, these medications, the dose and the duration will be decided by your doctor. So you will have to consult with your doctor in order to start these medications. The second, also the most commonly which is prescribed, is finasteride. Now finasteride is given in those with postmenopausal women or in the male after the age of 18 years. Again, the dose and the duration of the treatment will be decided by your doctor. The next treatment modality that is tried in pattern hair loss is platelet-rich plasma. Now what is platelet-rich plasma? So the patient's blood is taken and the plasma, which is rich in platelet, is separated, and this platelet-rich plasma is then injected in the areas where there is hair loss. Now this is not a one-time treatment. You have to do, there is a certain protocol that you need to follow, and there are series of sessions that have to be completed. So few dermatologists who have been doing derma roller or microneedling sessions in those with pattern hair loss. Again, the results are very controversial. There are few patients who have really benefited from it while some have not. And the last but not the least, it's the hair transplantation. In this case, the graft follicles, that is the hair follicles, are taken out from the graft region, sometimes from the occipital region, and these follicles are then implanted or then inserted into the areas which shows a pattern hair loss. And it takes few months for the results of the hair transplantation to show. And last but not the least, it is the camouflage. Here you're using various techniques in order to cover up the hair loss area. For example, you can use wigs or certain hair extensions or synthetic hair fibers or even tinted lotions or powders in order to cover up the area of hair loss. So to conclude, I want to say that the pattern hair loss, whether in case of males or females, is a very chronic process. So the treatment can be of a longer duration. And again, it's a stepwise approach. So it depends upon what stage you are in and what kind of results are expected. I hope you found this video useful. If you have liked it, then please share it with your friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll be making more such skin and hair related videos. If you like such content, then please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.